Hello YouTube, DBGreece back again, and in my trade binders I forgot to show off these two cards that I have for trade. Granted they are not playable in the league games anymore, but if you're a collector and never got these two cards, then yeah, it might be just something you want to pick up. So if you can manage to read this card, make sure you tell me or something at least so I know it's been used. There it is again, Justin. Cannot tell. My camera is horrible at focusing. I am terribly sorry. So, 76 E4NG PHV VHJ. I will also be putting another code card somewhere in the video. You have to figure out how to find it though. I'm not just going to be giving them away anymore. And then also I've had a lot of people ask me for my online code cards just to give them for free. Granted, yes, they are code cards, but they are still worth something, so I am not going to just give these away for free. If you want to trade me for them, I will do that, but I will not just give away the cards. So, sorry if that's why you're here, try and get my good cards. I'm not going to give them away. But on to real matters. Today I was wanting to do a deck review, so let's get started. Okay, so as you can already see, my deck heavily bases itself on EX and Legendary Pokemon. So, my main focus on my deck, which I call, I believe it is, like Gyararam EX deck or something like that, but features mainly electric Pokemon with some fire and then some dragon and normal types. I only have these two in my deck so I can fight other dragon types since they're only weaknesses themselves. Sadly, however, my deck is very easily beaten by fighting types because I have no way to counteract them except for Tornadus. So that is one of the only flaws I can really see with just that part of my deck. So once you get into the actual Pokemon set of it, I only have really 3 Pokemon I have one set worth, so I have 3 Shinx, 2 Luxio, 1 Luxray, then 3 Torchic, and no, those are not all reverse, and that is reverse. 3 Torchic, 2 Combuskin, and 1 Blaziken, and then a Torkoal. The Torkoal I have mostly as filler, but for his Flame Cloak attack, so I can get my fire energies back. Blaziken I have because he's a hard hitter and has a lot of HP, and same with Luxray. So, and then one thing I do that is very risky for my deck is I run the entire evolution set. So I can counter some of those other types, like the water can counter fighting types and all that stuff. Sadly, I do not get any steel type Pokemon in this deck at all, but I have pretty much every other type in here. But running with the entire evolution set, other than these two, gets very risky because of my energies, then I have for, sorry I said which twice there for some reason. I then have 1 of all the types I need, so I have 1 water, 1 psychic, 1 dark, 1 grass, and then I have, I believe, 5 fire and 5 electric types, then 2 of the psychic fire grass darkness blend, and 1 of the thunder water steel fighting, and then 1 double colorless energies, mostly for the EXs for that one, because a lot of them require 1 of a specific type or 2 of a specific type, then 2 of just colorless. So that's why I have those there. And then for my trainer section, I have recycle, so I can just get any of those cards out of there. A random receiver, so I can look for my supporters, which are right down here. A giant cape to help my EXs stay in battle longer. Battle City, I got that one trying to get the Mewtwo card, which is too big to use in my deck, sadly. But then I use that so I can just get the other cards that I can put on top of my deck. Skyo Bridge, so I can let some of my smaller Pokemon retreat for free. Charin, so I can get more of those cards out that I put on top of my deck. And my N full art I have mostly just because it's a full art, and because I really do like N, because especially when your opponent lets you know that they have a good hand, you can then use that card to get rid of their good hand. It's one of the really good cards I like. So yeah, that's my video. Don't forget to try and figure out which format I use to put the code into my video. And look around for that. And don't forget I have the Tango Growth Level X, Ryoku Entei Legend bottom, and then the code cards for trade. So if you want any of those, just shoot me a PM. And guys, please leave me feedback. I want to know how I'm doing. I can't judge for myself how my videos turn out. So you can it just takes a minute to say great job, like your videos, stuff like that. Doesn't take that long. So if you can just leave me feedback so I know how I'm doing, that's greatly appreciated. So yeah, I think that's all I had planned for today, really. And then also, if you're interested when you trade with me, I have this silver sleeve with, and it is kind of textured on it. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye, YouTube.